Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with my kit refresh, kit reveal, whatever we want to call it, for Scrap Backwards. And I'm going to whip up a very quick layout when I'm done showing you what all I've done. I found, well, first of all, when I started this kit in June, it contained all the leftovers of the two most recent Mind the Scrap kits. I guess it was May and June. And then I added in the July, and then I added in the August. And then I kept using it. I've had the road trip series and several other, all my regular series and a few challenges here and there. So I got it down to where I kind of kept coming across these same sheets of paper and realized they didn't necessarily go with each other, nor did I have things that went with them. So we'll run through those very quickly. I have this yellow cardstock, this Vicky Bouton paper, this paper which I absolutely love but have had some difficulty figuring out how to use, and I've used it before. This was for a while. This is Flora by Cartabella, and it has a similar colors anyway, similar floral. That's both of these florals. What they have in common is they're very difficult to fussy cut. Like I could maybe fussy cut this out, but this one's not gonna work. And you know, so normally when I see totally floral pages, I think of fussy cutting, but in this case, I'll probably use them half and half or something like that. This is a sheet of paper. I already took the branding strip off because I was going to use this side, but then I decided I didn't like it, and I don't like this side, but I'm kind of determined to use it. So we'll see. In fact, I think I'm going to put it out. I have, well, I don't know. We'll see. I have this page. This is Happy Days by Cocoa Vanilla. I pulled a few sheets from a couple collections, Happy Days and also Where to Next, a couple months ago. This is a very fussy cuttable floral pattern. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing with that. I don't necessarily think I would use the strawberry print on that side. This is kind of pretty. It's a pink fresh, lovely blooms, and I have some embellishments that might go with that, and I even like the stripe. This is one I've used in the past, and I had bought it and used it before I got the kit that contained it, and so this is the one that was in the kit, and I'm trying to think of some different way to use it. I was thinking I might cut some things so that they went across the page and kind of came down and kind of cut so they sort of cascaded down like jewels, and then use whatever I cut away to cascade up over in the other corner. So that's an idea I had. This is another one of those things that I added, or it may have come in the kit. This is a beautiful page from Spectrum Gardenia by 49 and Market. And another one from, this is from Spectrum Gardenia as well. That would be kind of pretty for a page to make tonight. This is probably my favorite paper in Where to Next. And because it is, I'm kind of, I'm kind of hoarding it because I don't want to cut into it. And I'm afraid I'll mess it up. This is Sunshine on My Mind and Sunshine on My Mind, Pink Fresh. And I have these in a class kit that I got, but these came in a Mind the Scrap kit. And this is Tourist Mode, another Pink Fresh kit that, or collection that was released at the same time. And I hate this side, so I would never use that. This side is kind of harkens back to some of the older abstract looking pink fresh designs, and it's intriguing, but again, I might find it hard to use. So this wood grain, this is an older piece from Glitz Design that I have had in my kit for a while, and it's, for a wood grain, it's kind of hard to use, but I do kind of like this plaid. This is from Where To Next, and it's absolutely gorgeous paper, and I want to use it, but I'm thinking I kind of will work on that side. This is an older paper, Paradise Beach by Echo Park. This one is very fussy cuttable, and I have probably fussy cut 3 sheets of this already before this one, and I have another one to do. I think one of them I may have used some of these cut aparts. Another wood grain that's really beautiful, but I kind of have to, I would have a hard time finding a photo that might go with that. This is a wood grain I love from Sweater Weather. Okay, this actually starts. So that was my kit. It's hard to find any 2 things in here that would go together. I mean, you could maybe take this and you know, do. So I said, all right, I need to supplement it. So how am I going to do that? Normally, I would have gone to my stack of papers that are that are arranged or stored by color and not by designer, because they either predated me knowing about designers, or they are from paper pads without design, and I don't know the designers, or they're designers I don't have enough of to keep with designers. That's where I put all of my scrap backwards, or not scrap backwards, but Mind the Scrap kit leftovers. So I thought, instead of doing that, well, why don't we try something completely different? So what I did, every year I kind of purge as we come up across to the holiday season, starting with Halloween and Thanksgiving, and it's the time of themed collections: Halloween, Thanksgiving, fall collections, Christmas collections, and then Valentine's Day coming up. So I went through my stores of those things and really purged and found those are also the kinds of supplies that kids in school, elementary school, can really use. So I filled boxes. I think there are 4 boxes filled with goodies that I have used or had around for a while and am tired of. But I saved some of the papers on the neutral side, the side that doesn't have the theme of whatever the theme was. So this is an example. This is a Christmas paper. This is from a Christmas collection or a winter collection. So it's called Warm Wishes. It's by, it's from a collection called Sweater Weather by American Crafts. I probably would love to use this wood grain somewhere, so I'm adding that to the stack. This is a just a scrap. These 3 pieces are scraps I found that I thought might punch up some of the things that are in that collection. This is a birthday collection called Soiree that's from the House of 3. It's a pink paisley design from 2011. But I love this pink with the lime green dots, so I'll probably use that. This is a collection called Saint Nick. I have used this for years and years and years, and I've had about 10 sheets of this paper, and I just don't want to use it anymore on this side. So I figured this was a neutral background. It's a little bit distressed. I thought that might go with some of the things in there. And oddly enough, I did all this before Sarah Scraps revealed the product focus for the month of September, and that is old and new on the same page. So this is going to work out great because I have a lot of new stuff in the existing kit, and then this is a bunch of old stuff. This is a collection called Park Bench by Fancy Pants. It's 2012. I thought this yellow polka dot might be nice. This is a Christmas collection called Christmas on Market Street by My Mind's Eye. And I like the stripe with gold in the middle and also the polka dots. And it doesn't scream Christmas. This is Joyful by Cocoa Vanilla. This is the cut apart side. I really don't like these muted, faded kinds of colors, but this is a very neutral background. Now this piece of paper has a very special meaning to me. It's called Sugarland. It's by Studio Calico and from the Wonderland collection, and it is a holiday collection, but I loved all these little drawings, and I kind of used a few of these as the model for a mural I did on Katie Bug's wall in maybe 2013. I think it was 2013. And I was rushing to get it all painted before they came here from their moms back then. And I don't want to use this paper. So I'm going to do something that I don't usually do. I think I'm going to scan the paper so that I have a photo of this side of it. And then I think I'm going to use this side because I love that. Then, I'm not going to use this because that would be a copyright infringement. But I want to keep the memory of it as something that I love. And maybe I'll just use half of this and use this on another page. I may use it. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to keep a photo of it. This is from that Park Bench collection again. Not crazy about the colors in here, although I do kind of like the punches of black and beige there. But this is a kind of a neutral gray background that I could mix anything with. This is a Christmas Kringle and Company. I'm going to use it on the diagonal stripe side. This is a Chamel Field Trip paper that I'm going to fussy cut those bugs out of. Not crazy about that side. Not as many of you know, I'm not a huge fan of Chamel's collections. Love her, but not, I'm not a fanatic. Anyway, this is Holly Jolly Christmas. It's got these things on one side. I kept another sheet of this over with my Christmas stuff because I want to fussy cut those. But I like this paper, this side. I like that side. This is Frosty Friends. Hate this, even though it has purple. It has colors in it that I like, but that makes my eyes hurt. This is another one of those things from Joyful. This is a Cocoa Vanilla. This is a stripe. I love this, even though it has those faded colors. And I also love the stripe, so I'm going to try maybe to cut that out and gut the center of it so that I can still use it. I just really like this. Again, kind of the faded colors, but I think it looks like it should be faded because it's got the distressing along the edge. Hard for me to explain the differentiation there. This is one of my all-time favorite Christmas papers, and I bought a pack of 25 of these because I was using this pink and white snow flake back as a background for some Christmas cards I made. I did Christmas cards in navy and pink one year. All my Christmas cards were variations of navy and pink. And I fussy cut some of these houses and trees and so forth for those cards. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this paper, but I have a few more sheets of it. I have this one called Feeling Festive, that's from Joyful. Again, that cocoa vanilla. I would not use that side. I would definitely use this one. And I like this, again, from that same collection. I must have bought, I don't know why. I was thinking I had that collection from a kit, but I know what. It was sent to me to design with from a shop that wanted me to design for them. Okay, this is a Valentine paper, and I've fussy cut and used a bunch of these hearts. I would use it on the black and white side, and same for this Just Add Color. I would use that. So that's what I added a couple of days ago. Today, I went through, I'm not exactly purging, I'm trying to emphasize. I have used a lot of Vicki Boutin in the last year. Every time she'll have a new collection, I'll take her class, I'll use it for a lot of layouts, blend it with other stuff, maybe use the whole collection, whatever. But my Paige Evans has kind of gone neglected a little bit. I've pulled from it every once in a while. But what I did today was I just went through and pulled all of the papers that were not in pads, not from some recent collections. I had a couple plastic bags worth of the paper that has branding strips, the full, paper. And I thought I'm going to use the B-sides of those because they kind of read as solids. They're great backgrounds, and they're great for coordinating with a whole ton of stuff. Just as an example, I'm going to pull a couple of sticker sheets that I have. This is one I've been working on for a while, and this one you've seen. This one is a relatively new one from the August Mind the Scrap Kit, and then there's this one. But look how these colors work with this background paper, for example. And this one, there's, this orange. And never mind, I can see from the branding strip what the pattern is on the other side. This orange one, for example, is one of those florals that's very hard to fussy cut, so I would not use it as a floral. So these are the backgrounds. I've got the pretty, the peachy color, the orange, the blue, the pink. This one I thought might be interesting if I cut those strips into strips. I don't like this side, but I could use that. So some ideas. So I have blue and green and another one of those peachy ones. This yellow polka dot, the dark green. We're getting into the fall collection. This is a combination of Splendid and what other collection do I have here? Garden Shoppe. So I have a couple. This is an unusual pattern paper for Paige, and I may cut those tags. I hardly ever bypass an opportunity to cut a bunch of tags. So I'll cut tags, and then I'll use the middle of it on the striped side. Then, and I'm actually, because I'm planning to cut those tags, I'm going to move it over to another stack of paper, which you may have seen me move over here. I'm going to put these back in my stand. I'm just going to kind of flip through. There's a pretty polka dot, a dark green, another kind of tomato soup coral, a beautiful different color wood grain strips there. And there's another orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, a black. There's a pink that has a linen texture look to it, a multicolor stripe, a couple yellows, a green, an orange, that burlap kind of look in all these beautiful colors. So you can kind of see that I'm really adding a lot of papers that are meant to blend with and coordinate with what's already in there. So these are the additions to the kit from a pattern paper perspective, and I'm hoping this lasts through the end of the year. These papers that I had put over here are ones that I thought I could have some fun fussy cutting. I like this side, and I have the other sheet of this paper saved. I want to fussy cut that out, and I want to fussy cut these out, and I may actually want to just use this paper as it is, but I had two sheets of it, so on one of them, I'm just going to fussy cut all these red and white flowers. I love those. And she did that same pattern in, I think it's navy blue and white, or maybe black and white. This paper, I'm not crazy about that print, but these make some nice titles, and I can actually fussy cut those letters and use those. I love the tags, as I said. There, okay, this, I can't tell if it's black or navy blue, and it doesn't matter, but I love that pattern. And this one, of course, has the flowers printed on a red background. This one is a white background, so they will look different, but I thought I could use them together and kind of work through some stuff there. This might be a fussy cuttable floral. I can cut a group and then cut some of the leaf sprigs that are going around, but I wouldn't use it at all if I had to use this side. I do not care for that print at all. This and this are cut aparts that have, there are a few sayings here that I like. I like the dog with the let's snuggle up, and I like, if I had a gardening photo, the flowers are my happy place, and I have some kitty cat pictures from days gone by, so I can do You're Perfect. But this one, I will probably definitely use the 2 or 3 that are sunflowers. Those are beautiful. And these are kind of like pink sunflowers, so there are 3 more of those. So I thought I'd cut these apart, and I can probably just use those as cards. And I do like this side, though. Not quite sure why or what I would do with it, but I'm not crazy about that side. This is fussy cutting big clusters of sunflowers and some single sunflowers. I will spend all day in front of Netflix cutting this one out. I love this. I've already cut, I think I used half the sheet on this side, and then I fussy cut the other half, but that was probably a year ago. I don't think it's been recently. I love this floral. I will fussy cut that. I love these butterflies. I will fussy cut them and create some embellishments. And you notice that I had this striped paper in there, so I had 2 sheets. I get to do that. This one, I think I would cut into squares and maybe do some folding, try some of that folding stuff that she does, because there are different squares on the other side as well. And I have 2 sheets of that, so I may kind of scour YouTube and Paige's Pinterest pins and see how they've used that paper. But I think that I would love to do that. And of course, I want to fussy cut this this wreath, and I thought maybe I could try to do something different, like plan where my photo cluster is going to be. Let's say I have I don't know, I hate to use that, but let's say I'm going to do something right there, or maybe I make it that big, cut just this part out, and where, like, the stuff I cut out that's going to be under the photo, kind of cut those into individual pieces and use them kind of offset or tuck them under or something to give it some dimension so it's not a flat wreath. So those are some ideas. And that kind of shows you the paper that I'm allowing myself to work with. Now, somewhere in here, I had this paper that I said I thought would be hard to use. So I think I'm going to pull that out and challenge myself tonight to use it. And I might take this paper and this paper and see what I can do with those. Okay, so that's paper-wise. That's what I'm going to be working with. And I will show you that I'm also going to be working with, and we've kind of looked, this is a paper scrap, kind of looked at some of these embellishments. This gives me some child-related ones. This is a new one we haven't seen. I found this when looking through the theme stuff. This is a Valentine's line by Basic Gray called Kissing Booth. And I've already used one of the birds. These birds are absolutely gorgeous, and the hearts are cute. There's a lot here I could use for just the color and not have a Valentine theme at all. So that's been added to my sticker sheets. And I have this from Vicki Boutin. This is Maggie Holmes. I have some Simple Stories Let's Go frames, Where to Next, and this Kaisercraft Native Breeze sticker book that has lots of Australian native images, flora and fauna. I have this is like sticker sheets and pieces from the papery, stickers from the papery from Where to Next by Vicki Boutin. All of that came in Mind the Scrap kits. And I have this 6x6 pad, which has some beautiful images that are not exactly my style, but I'm challenging myself to try to use those. This one is almost done. I love it. These puffy stickers I had a little bit of trouble using, but I will find a way. That's a sticker sheet from Where to Next. This is Safe Travels by Simple Stories. This is a Pink Fresh Alpha and another Pink Fresh Alpha. This one is Spring Vibes, and this one is Sunshine on My Mind. Both of those came in Mind the Scrap kits. I have this fancy floral ephemera pack that hasn't been opened, and I'm not sure if I got that in a kit or if that came in the class kit, but it somehow ended up here. Of course, I have my Obed Marshall puffy letters. I have this container has some 49 and Market, some Vicky Bouton, and some Pink Fresh. That's kind of been, they were in several different containers. This is a piece of a cut file that I don't know. I should just go ahead and throw it away right now, but I'm gonna try to find a way to use it. Love these flowers, gonna try to fussy cut those and use them. I have this little packet of ephemera. I think this is all Pink Fresh from maybe 2 or 3 different collections, and they one came, or a couple of them came in the Mind the Scrap kit, and then I ordered more from Mind the Scrap because I liked them. I have these are some papery pieces that I didn't want to mishandle, so I didn't stick them in with the more hardy ephemera. These are these are Pink Fresh, various and sundry bits and pieces. This is some Doodlebug that's old, also Doodlebug, some Project Life cards. All of this kind of got added because I found it and didn't know what else to do with it. And here's some papery stuff. I'm gonna add some of what I have here into here just to make it easier to get hold of. And last but not least, I've got my bags of scraps, and my commitment is that I'm gonna go through these scraps, do my darndest to use, see there's that paper that I've been fussy cutting out of. I'll do my darndest to use the scraps out of here, and at the end of the year, if I haven't used it, it's going away. And I say that knowing full well that if there's something I love, it won't go away. I'll find a way to recycle it into another collection. So that's pretty much my kit, and that was a really long, and these are the little word things, the word strips, that possible titles that are in here, and that's also from Pink Fresh. Most of that's Pink Fresh. And then I have another tray that has tags and kind of old embellishment type stuff. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to put this stuff away. I'm going to take a couple of things from which I might draw some embellishments, and I'm going to make a page. And this page, this video is going to go live on Monday. The page is going to go into the Mind the Scrap Summer Challenge gallery on Sunday before the deadline. So you may see it there before the video goes live. And I'm not doing this one backwards. Actually, I had kind of zeroed in on this piece of paper, and that led me to something that had some red in it. And I found this photo of Patrice sticking her thumbs up at an Italian meal where she had gone to eat with my brother. So I'm going to maybe do a layering kind of thing. I'm going to tear this, and I'm going to cut the branding strip off of this And because she's got this red and white checked tablecloth there, and I think these are napkins, I'm going to try to work that in somehow to reflect that. So I'm going to use this, and I guess I'm going to tear off of this because it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to go like that, not a real high profile tear. And I'm going to add another piece of paper that I'm going to tear. I'm just going to tear this one like this. And that is meant to contrast with these. There's nothing that relates to it in the photo at all. It's just meant to add an accent. It makes the other colors brighter than they are. I have this sheet of paper here. This is it's a Christmas paper, but if you use it on this side, it's not restricted to Christmas themes. So I'm going to put that was another page of paper, and I've already dipped into it and used it. Okay, so let's do this. If I did that right there and have this here, then that little bit of the black and white shows, and then I can kind of come over to whichever side the photo is not going to be on. I can put that there, and then that lets me put the photo here and maybe have it coming out of that layer. Now this, I was thinking, when I cut that, it left a little bit of the wood grain on it. So if I distress it like this, actually, why don't I tear it? Let's try tearing it. And because the photo's going to be there, I could maybe tear a piece that's just going to be used up at the top. There, like that. And then I can layer maybe something else up there. But let me get this down. When I do pages like this, I'm kind of, what I'm trying to show is, and let me get this up where you can see what's going on. I'm trying to show how quickly, at least I make the decision, and how possible it is, or I guess how it's possible to use things that you maybe didn't, not only maybe, but probably absolutely had no plans to use together. But that kind of combine to make sort of a fun to give like sort of a fun look that will stretch your supplies. It'll have you using things that you loved individually, and now you're introducing them to each other as new friends, and they're gonna play well together this way. So I'm gonna put some glue here. I need to back the photo. And I don't want to use any of the pattern papers that I've already used here. So I'm going to go into my scrap pile. I've got this one. That looks like it would go. In fact, I could probably get 2 mats out of that. Let me do this. And then let's see how that works. I think that's gonna be fine. And I'll put that right there. And in the Mind the Scrap Summer Challenge, one of the ways that you get points is to use vellum. And I had a little strip of vellum, yellow vellum, kind of right here. And I'm gonna see if I could do that right there. I'm gonna tear it and put some tape on it and kind of put it, gonna stuff it behind the photo inside there and just have a little bit showing, kind of coming down there. And you can tell it's vellum because you can see the stars through it, or the stars, listen to me, the hearts through it. Okay, so now we've got, I like this strip that says beautiful, and I'm gonna put it directly on here, right there, because it will stand out on this background paper. And I think I'm gonna cut this off. Now, in a different universe, I might go and cut around all of these and reuse those, but I have another set of these stickers, and I think I'm going to do that with that sticker sheet. Right now, this one's going in the trash because it's not a material I can recycle. I'm gonna use this as a backing layering piece, kind of right here. And here's where we're bringing, and it has stuck, because that's not at all where I wanted it, but I can find an embellishment to kind of cover that. Is that gonna work? That color, that set of colors doesn't go with this. I'm gonna take this and maybe run it this way, and that kind of repeats the yellow. So I'm gonna do that, and there is a space right there that still shows. So here's where I'm gonna come use one of these big jewels and kind of tuck it in right there, which will do a couple things. It hides that spot, but it also props this up so that I don't need an enamel dot. And I'm going to take another one of these. I'll take one of these orange ones, and there's no adhesive on that, so I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to get a green one, and again the adhesive separated from it, so I'm going to put that there, and I'll put that in there. I'm going to kind of cleaning things up. I found a title that I thought was perfect, so let me put that on. It's this from a Vicki Boutin sticker sheet that says "Treat Yourself," and I guess maybe I could put it up here, couldn't I? Let me put it on foam. Here, and then I want something that kind of repeats that color right there, that blue color, and there is this little sticker which I don't need the cloud and the raindrops, but I could definitely use the blue color there, kind of peeking up. So I'm going to kind of do that right there, and I'll do this under there, just to give that little bit of color. And I'm gonna put this family, and this perfect day was a day that my brother went to visit her. I'm gonna glue this flat down because okay, here I have found my foam, and he took her out to eat, and she was telling him about how excited she was that I was coming in to take her to see Rick Springfield. And he took her to her favorite Italian restaurant that's in the little town where she lives, and they had a wonderful time. And he has since said that she's like in heaven after the concert. She's absolutely thrilled. And I had a wonderful time too. It was great. And I have some more photos to scrap from that concert. Let me go to that sticker sheet that had, let's see what we have here. There was something on here that I loved. How about this wild? Maybe right there. And I kind of, that stuck, like I said, in absolutely the wrong place. But, you know, there's an ice cream cone here. I'm going to sneak it in because I know she didn't have one, but I know she wanted one. So there, and where is that? What I'm looking for now is this sheet, and I want to take one of these birds and have him right here, maybe right here at the juncture with the yellow bit. So I'm going to put a foam dot on his head and one on his tail. And because the title says treat yourself, I have the matching colors, the pink and the blue, and I've got pink and blue over here with the ice cream. And those are kind of Mind the Scraps colors. Okay, let me put this back here. And I thought maybe I would do one of these, a couple of these hearts. Here's one that's kind of a dark red, and this one has some dark red on it. I'm going to overlay the little tiny heart that is on the word strip that says beautiful. And I'm going to put this over here. And there, I know you couldn't see that. I had it way down over here because I'm being thrown off by having this on the table. So I'm going to take it off, throw it on the floor, and I'll put it away later. And so I'm going to put this kind of underlapping there. I have nothing here that I need to use. Top 5 fave things, I guess that would be this Italian restaurant, and Rick Springfield, and Rick Springfield, and Rick Springfield, and Rick Springfield. So I've got this little thing that says you are everything. I like having things that blue is so different from the others. I'm going to save this for another page. And I'm not going to add that purple in there either. Can I use any of these bows? Not the yellow and not the pink one. I guess I could use the yellow one, but where? I could have used it there beside beautiful. I could maybe put it there, or they don't like it. Not seeing Maggie Holmes on this page. And I don't think I have anything in there to use. So let me go through here and see if I have any floral or something like this floral stamp that's a little too big. But I did a this is a floral that was die cut from some washi tape. And I'll show you one of these days how I did that, but for right now, I just have the pieces. I did it for another project. And that's purple, and we don't have purple anywhere else. So do I want to add it someplace else, or or call it an accent color? we could do that. There's a purple-ish frame. Okay, there's another little, this. It's another cut of those same flowers. So I could put it right there or like there, and then it's repeated in the two places. So let me put this one on some foam, and then I'll put that one on some foam and tuck it under there. I don't have a problem with adding some unexpected purple in a totally different floral style than anything else we have on the page. Who, me? What, me? Worry? Was it Alfred E. Newman that had on the Mad magazine that the logo was "What me worry"? Not me, not Scrappy Kathy. Okay, so it is 12:30 on a Saturday night, so you know I kind of dozed off and on through some television, and then when it was bedtime, I actually let's see. I'm trying to hook this around. Okay, when it's bedtime, I actually wasn't sleepy. Okay, so let me put some glue there to get that down. And I've got this kind of curled around, and I may, just to balance that, this is from the same florals. I didn't cut it from washi tape, but it's a similar floral. Here's one. This one is a piece of ephemera, and this is cut from washi tape, and it has the, what if I did that? That kind of balances that a little bit, but I'm really trying to find some purple flowers that I cut from the washi tape. So how about that? And I will put it up on some foam and have it kind of peeking out at a different level than the bird is peeking out or the photo or whatever. Okay. There we go. And it crosses the black and white, kind of goes over to the blue. So we have kind of a triangle of those things. This frame has both this kind of red color and a purple. I don't think I need it anywhere. It doesn't really fit there. I can't do anything with it here. I mean, I guess I could kind of off to the side, but I think we're done. Let's call it done. And I've got another photograph that I love, scrapped. I've used some papers that were kind of just hidden away and not getting any use. They were not even in a group of papers that I looked at to use. So now they're front and center in my scrap backwards kit, which is always on my table. And I will be using my scrap backwards kit for most of the pages that I do, probably for the rest of the year. And the only refurbishing or replenishing I will do is adding leftovers of Mind the Scrap kits, because I will use my Mind the Scrap kit. So there we have an odd and unusual page and a gorgeous picture of Patrice and a finished page. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later in the week. I'll be posting in the Facebook group for Scrap Backwards a lot this week, I think. And I'll see you next Monday for the weekly video. Some of my pages in the Facebook group will have videos and some will not. So thanks for watching. Bye.